You guys know I cooked Italian food for 20 years, right? I want to show you how I make my Cioppino. It starts with butter and garlic. I've got my pan on a medium heat. I'm just going to saute that garlic, move it around a little bit, let it start softening. I don't want to brown it. We're going to just start bringing a little bit of those flavors out. I don't want it raw. I don't want it to taste bitter. So once I get it cooked for just a minute, I'm going to add my clams. I got these beautiful little neck clams. I found them at the farmer's market today, as well as all the rest of the seafood I'm going to use. Next is going to go in some whitefish. I'm using halibut. It's absolutely my favorite piece of fish out there. So I'm just going to flatten those out, kind of get them down in that butter and garlic. And next I have these large white prawns. Guys, get yourself some wild-caught prawns. They're way better than those black tiger prawns that are out on the market. Those are all farm-raised, and they just have terrible flavor. So get this all mixed around, coat it all in that butter and garlic. We're going to go ahead and season this a little bit. Now, I like to use a lot of fresh herbs when I do this. I'm using rosemary and thyme. That's key. I think these herbs make a great flavor combination. So I put a healthy amount of those in there. And next I have some chili flakes. You got to have that heat, right? Then I'm using a coarse sea salt, nice sprinkling of salt, and I'm going to use a fresh cracked pepper. Lots of cracked pepper in this. If you don't have a pepper grinder, don't worry. It's not going to kill you to take it out of the shaker. Just get some pepper in there. We're going to just stir this around. Try to get everything well coated. Mix it back and forth. I'm not going to cook this all the way through right now. I'm going to go ahead and add my clam juice in there right now. And I'm going to add a little bit more. I want this to all just about get covered. Another little stir around so we get some even mixture in there. And guys, when you do this, you're going to want to get out your biggest pot in the house probably. This is going to take a lot of space. So next we're going to go ahead and throw on the lid. It doesn't take long. I'm going to wait 7 or 8 minutes. It's going to come to a boil. I'm just trying to get those clams to open. Once they're all open, well, the rest of our seafood in there is totally cooked. So stir these around. Make sure you don't have any hidden clams that haven't opened yet. And then we're going to add in our marinara. I'm using a homemade sauce that I made yesterday. So I pour about 2 cups of it in there. And I'm going to give that a nice stir. Just keep mixing around. You're going to get this beautiful color in your sauce. Kind of orangey, reddish. You'll know when it looks right. Now it's time to add our crab. I have a whole Dungeness crab. And that's it. That's the last of my seafood that's going in. I couldn't find any good mussels today, or I would have added those in there too. I'm real particular when it comes to my seafood when I'm making Cioppino, guys, so I just want to be sure everything is absolutely fresh. So I like to add the crab at the end here. I don't put it in during the initial boil. I don't want it to overcook. It's the only thing that, if you ask me, when it starts to overcook, it gets a little mushy. It kind of changes its flavor a little bit. So right now what I'm trying to do is just get all those legs in there. I'm trying to get them covered in that broth. So when I bring this broth back to a simmer, it'll be just enough to warm it up a little bit. Just want to heat that crab through. I'm going to add some fresh chopped parsley. Those aromatics are absolutely perfect as a finisher here. Just going to give that another little stir, guys. This is just about ready. I'm not putting the lid back on this. I'm not going to let this cook all afternoon. We're not going to kill this seafood. Just another nice stir. Mix that parsley around. Once again, be sure our crab legs are, for the most part, underneath that broth so they can just warm through. Once that broth comes to a little simmer, it literally only takes 5 minutes to get everything done. That's looking perfect, guys. Let's plate up. And another thing I picked up at the farmer's market today was this fresh pasta. I'm using some linguine today. I like to put a base of pasta down. Not everybody does. Some people just do the Cioppino by itself. Some people put it on rice. So I put my clams down first. Those go around the outside. Next are my shrimp. Then I'm going to top that with some pieces of crab. I got a little piece of the body, a couple pieces of legs. Then we're going to hit it with that sauce. And you can see the chunks of fish in there as well. And I'm just going to load up the sauce, guys. Don't be skimpy. I made this Cioppino for about 2 of us. And look at that. Oh, man. Just get in there and enjoy. First thing I'm going to do is go for the broth. That's my favorite part. And it is on point. I can taste all the seafood. It tastes like the ocean, guys. And you want your seafood to taste like the ocean, not the beach. That's a huge difference. The shrimp is totally tender, just absolutely perfect. Guys, I also picked up a loaf of bread at the farmer's market. I got everything literally in one stop. It was absolutely amazing. Bread, crusty, buttery, just perfect. What a treat. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you make this sometime. Cheers, everyone.